Okay, I'm about to begin. Just making sure everything is ready on my end. Full disclosure, this is going to be a smaller stream for the reasons that I need to get ready for on a lot of things that I haven't done yet, and I'm just waiting on the last possible second to say I need to do this, I need to do this. Yeah, I'm not going to go for 4 hours. Okay. Okay, let's do this now. That should do it. Very well. Hoping everything is looking just fine. And welcome one and all to this relatively quick stream for the Greatest Attorney Chronicles. I am Nin Cobra, your host, and hopefully we're gonna have a good, fun, wonderful time here with the game. With the game. I'm gonna go straight ahead into the game. I should say, if anybody comes here and knows absolutely nothing about the Greatest Attorney, we're in case 4. We're in the middle of case 4, and spoilers abound. Just if you're okay with that, by all accounts, but sit down, relax, have some fake bars, enjoy, enjoy the show. Last time we were informed that we have this new case to do, and I'm trying to remember. My gosh, I have a lot of things in my head right now, and we are going to investigate the case now. This is going to be a shorter stream. I'm going to say right now it's going to be a shorter stream. I cannot go for longer than 2 hours because I have to do stuff to get ready for my trip. So this is going to be a shorter stream, but I still wanted to do the stream. But let's continue. So, and we're gonna go. We have 2 places to go: the Briar Road or the prison. I think I'm just gonna go in order and see what the Briar Road has for us. 19th of February, Briar Road, and it's snowing. Oh my gosh. I remember the first time I saw snow in real life, I was like, oh my gosh, it's magnificent. And then I was so done with snow like 2 days after that. So this is where it happened, Briar Road. Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Look at the regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable. The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak. That is their job, But, Mr. Naruhodo, to see them with my own eyes. They were often depicted in adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but I never dreamt I ever come this close. I'm gonna say this is probably new to many of us, but I think Susato is a Sherlock Holmes fan. Yeah, I know, crazy. But every time we talk something about, Great Britain something, everything she knows is from Sherlock Holmes. Oh, it's like, you seem to be very knowledgeable, but it seems like most of your knowledge comes from these fantastical novels. I am just... To a real Bobby's helmet. What? The helmet? Of course. I have to try one day. Well, I hope your hatty dream comes true. I don't see Inspector Gregson anywhere. Shall we see if we can sneak up past to investigate the scene of the stabbing? Why should we sneak? I don't want to upset one of those bobbies and be butted on the head by one of those metal helmets. My skull will crack in two, I'm sure. Oh no, an English bobby would never do such a thing. This is a land of gentlemen, you know. Uh-huh. Where were you in the previous case? Land of gentlemen. You're really not looking. Alright, so let's examine. I got here. Oh, this is Scotland Yard carriage. Vicious vehicles like that do rush to the crime scenes and cart away criminals. You're very well informed, aren't you? It's long been a dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London. Well, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then. But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it. Wouldn't it? Still, if it's the only way, help me find a good stone. Oh my gosh, I wasn't serious. This girl. You can see like where the similarities to Maya would be reflected there. Also, you know, she's 16, so she has a little naivete there. Naivete. What a delightful snowman. I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. Looks like a little creepy though. Oh, it has a scarf. Look. You need one if you're out in this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one. I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment too. We certainly can't afford a scarf. Surely there's no one here who would miss his. But the person who made the snowman certainly would. Yeah, I know, you're right. Anyway, also, even if a bird, I wouldn't do much to warm my neck, wouldn't it? It's covered in snow. Also, there's cops over there. I wonder how far you go after stealing that scarf. Just saying. I don't need to talk to them, but I want to see something else. Because we got a lot to cover on this side. Wow. That's a rather typical brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has this long and interesting history. Well, time centrally seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging all over. In fact, it looks in decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here. Sorry. We must find some sheep lodgings ourselves as soon as possible. Yeah, you're right. Sheep, but ideally with reasonably level floors. Oh wow. That does look... Why is the other side... Oh, look at the windows on the building there. What? Yeah. Are you sure they're windows? Yeah, but they're all filled with bricks. Well, yeah, that's curious. I don't think it's gonna come in the case where it's like... Why would you do that? Oh, you're right. I wonder why. Perhaps it's an empty property where nobody lives at the moment. There's smoke coming up from the chimneys, though. Oh dear, everything still feels very foreign. There's so much we have to learn about this place. Huh. That is really weird. What the heck happened to this bike, though? A British bicycle! Look! Although the wheel is so misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be reading anymore. Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling. He says bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. Yeah, I think that's how it goes, right? That's it. I'm thinking. Sorry. I'm thinking. Well, I was thinking something about bikes and it couldn't come with anything witty. Sorry. There's even a moment to change a woman's dress to allow them to ride as well. The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why no one would want to ride something like that. Ah, Ryunosuke, if only you knew. Goodness, do you dislike bicycles? No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off the firm ground seems reckless. He's so funny. If you ever try walking on stilts and fall into a river, I know you'd agree with me. Speaking from experience there, Ryunosuke? You'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride you around. Speaking from experience, buddy. There are piles of snow on the pavement here and there, but the road itself is covered in carriage tracks. These seems carriages often travel down Briar Road. It soon disperses all the snow. I slipped over when I was walking down the pavement earlier. Seems like it would be far safer to walk on the road instead. No, it seems to be far... Sorry. Oh, but you're rather small, Mr. Nutfellow. And dressed not all black. Over caution might not see you and you could be flattened by horses. Well, thank you for the rather small concern. Okay, I guess it's time to talk to these guys. This patch of pavement must be where the incident occurred. Yes, it's a very wide open space, isn't it? That's true. I can't see anywhere that attacker could have been hiding. Oi! What are you foreigners doing here? We, just investigating... Conspiring with a mustache fell from your pen, are ya? What did you just say? Wait, conspiring? Come here to destroy evidence, are ya? Get out of here before I give an ironing. Go on. You shoot us away like rats. Yes. We should give him a wide berth, I think. What a disappointing experience. You can say that again, like... The heck is wrong with this dude? Okay, let's just talk to him, see what... Some of the officers from Scotland Yard, the police are making sure the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling that if we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons. Yeah, I don't want to get the claps, sorry. Oh my god. Apparently, I gotta say this story before we continue. Apparently, there's this song from the Wiggles. If you know what the Wiggles is, they're a children's band. And they're talking about giving the claps to everybody. And the thing is, I know they're talking about clapping, like clapping with everybody. But my friend did not know that the claps was slang for gonorrhea. And she was asking like, it's just so like, what is this? Why is this so bad? Like somebody told me this was bad. Why it's so bad? I was like, oh my gosh! I didn't even know how to respond. I just looked it up on my phone and showed her this is what it is. So yeah, if you hear a song about giving the claps to somebody else, just turn the other way. I think perhaps you're being a little overcautious. We've done nothing wrong, so we have no cause for concern. Oh no, I'm not getting caught out again. Twice is enough. Twice I found myself in handcuffs besides not knowing a thing about what was going on. Yes, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure that's the wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does you no favors at all. Thank you, Susato. That sounded so reassuring. Alright. Anything else we can check? Okay, just gonna... Oh! The clouds look so big and heavy in the sky, don't they? And, with the dense fog as well, everything looks hazy. Well, it is not as foggy London town. I can just make out some sort of spire through the fog. It looks like it's still being built, though. Huh, yes. That must be the Crystal Tower being built for the great exhibition that's due up in 6 months' time. Apparently it's going to be very striking. Placed on all sides, and the symbolic centerpiece of the exhibition. It is to be the largest exposition in history, isn't it? Can't even begin to imagine it. Yeah, the World Fairs were like a big thing in that era, and boy, there were really interesting things to see. I mean, I wasn't there. I'm not that old, but I'm saying there were really interesting things to look and research, and how they evolve over time. My gosh, gosh, my nose. Sorry. Do you see all the black smoke rising from the chimneys over there? It says here that in Great Britain, many people heat their homes in winter using coal. The only chimneys I really remember seeing in Japan were on top of the bathhouse. Oh, interesting. Do you think some of the houses could be on fire? Not at all. Well, even so, that much thick smoke billowing up the heavens is surely gonna turn the whole sky black sooner or later. And you went from being tone deaf with the bikes to being insanely on point with that. Gosh, you may be right about that. I'm gonna go on that limb and say we don't need to do much of anything else here. Let's go to prison. Alright, I'm gonna come back in a sec. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm not... It's not entirely gone, but still much better than it was now. Anyway, let's continue. Alright, local prison cell 9. I think that's it. So these are the British prison cells. Oh, they're ghastly. She feels just like a dungeon. Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh, don't, Miss Naruto. You're making it seem worse. I mean, prisons are not a happy place. Honestly. Apparently our client is in this cell here. But it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop out of the back of the cell and show your face at once. Am I? Am I a cat? That's just with no name? Calling me by number is utterly unbelievable and justly reasonable. I refuse to answer. Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think is going on here? No clue. This guy just decided, I'm just gonna be whatever the hell I want. I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That thread of complaints was in Japanese. In Japanese? Ah. Oh. Hold up. Okay, I need to look closer because those eyes look kind of weird. Alright. That's why, because he's the mustached Japanese man, the one that's being accused. Excuse me? Oh, shh. Quiet! They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. Whoa, chill. Right, so, could I ask you, there you are. You're gonna curse me, haven't you? Don't try and hide it. You're a ghost. A ghost. Really? We're gonna go with that. Mm-hmm. We mean you no harm, prisoner-san. Are you? Okay, she's speaking in Japanese to him. Japanese by any chance? This is beyond my wildest dreams. I think I'm gonna have fun voicing this character. Forgive me for the outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We're just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! I've been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am afraid for fixing up for land! Oh, hearing the sweet sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment! Thank you for the alliteration, by the way. I could have guessed that this new client, Lord Stronger, was assigned to us. We're trying to be a fellow Japanese. Huh. What compassion my fellow countrymen show. To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nippon! First-class lawyer? Oh dear. I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I wonder, you're so kind as to tell us what happened. Why you been detained as a suspect, for example? Yes, I can, I will. Shan't stay solid and silent! I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy. Yes, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Well, thank you for your cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And I'm Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notably, notoriously named Natsume! Soseki Natsume. Thank you, Natsume. Well, Natsume, there's only one thing I gotta say to you. Look at my armband! Look at it! I can't present it. Wrong button, here you go. Yes! Yes! A symbol of one of the Great Empire's first-rate lawyers! Which means, of course, you'll stand on my side. You'll defend me. No, sorry. That wasn't why I was showing it to you. Then why else would you show me that? Oops. In hindsight, that probably wasn't the best idea. Alright. Okay, let's talk with this dude. So, who are you, though? Soseki Natsume-san? What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see. A writer of haiku. Oh, so that's for why the whole alliteration thing. Okay. Something of a nom de plume. A nom de plume? You mean an alias? That's right, Naruhodo-san. No! Don't be so prosaic. I'm much more refined than that. And haiku? That really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say you were a visiting student sent here over by the government? Yes. That's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this is beyond the pale! Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here? No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. But just because the government tells us to do something doesn't mean you can't do it? No! What do you mean? If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Unbelievable, unjustly unreasonable. And that's called an assonance. Because it's a vowel. I see. I see. Only the other day I was told to send a report about my first year here. I turned out a blank piece of paper. Wise words on whitewashing. You must be a man of great standing. Oh yes, I'm often told. I nothing like to be told, it seems. Alright, we have learned nothing about this case. Please tell me, why are you here? Can you tell exactly why you've been arrested, Sasaki-san? I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder. Murder? Oh, no, it's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes! Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? Come on, tell me you did. I didn't see anyone. Why? Just why? What? If I seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Oh dear, seems this case is becoming rather complicated. Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to get stabbed in front of me? It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, retardedly inconvenient. So Suzuki-san was here at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital that we find out more about the case. Okay, do you have anything else to tell us about this case? Please tell me you do. It was an accursed evening just after the snow had started to clear with a heavy fog. I've been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. Sure the bookshop wasn't accursed too? As I was walking down an accursed pavement, I could make out the silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, just another little scream collapsed into the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. How terrible. I called her to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly graveyard. Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. It was terrifying and I had to get away from there. So I ran as far as Mr. Leg could carry me back to my accursed lodgings. That's not good. I say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Sasaki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous. You think I would know any of this hair-fair English? And a young woman at that. I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. I see. A young woman unknown to Sasaki-san. And at the same time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anybody pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. No one? Oh, great. So the victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody else in the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? What conundrum? Well, now you have to tell me which conundrum we're talking about, Susato, because this is gonna... I mean, this is getting thicker, but we're just gathering information at this point. What do you mean, Susato-san? What's the conundrum? Well, what Sasaki-san was just told us is true. There's nothing I can't explain. He says he didn't know the victim, and that there was no one else at the scene. Then, he apparently fled without having been seen. Mm-hmm. I did! But if that's the case... surely this man has to be the culprit. Ah, you! What did you say? No, nothing. I didn't mean anything. Okay. Perhaps I thought that a little loudly. Actually, That's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Sasaki-san actually come to be arrested? Huh. How did he? Sorry? He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So, how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Huh. You're right. How did that happen? Hey. Oh no, you're gonna say something that's gonna ruin this case, isn't it? It was him. Wait, what? That accursed great detective! He led the police to me! Oh no. Of all the bad luck! Accursed great detective? What could it be? I shall never forget that man's face as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, brick-headed busybody, be gone! May you be cursed until the end of your days, Sherlock Holmes! I knew it! Mr. Sholmes. Okay, we need to talk about Sherlock Holmes now. Because there's no way we can't do this without knowing what the hell is happening with this thing. Anyway, give me a sec. As it turns out, I must have eaten something recently that is making my nose feel so clogged up. So it's getting a little bit difficult to speak. Well, didn't expect to hear that name from these men's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was nodding a silver of hard shoes when some men suddenly burst into the door. They started shouting at me, "This is the police! Put the weapon down!" Yes, it was a thin sliver, but yes, it was hard. But I wasn't eating a weapon! Disgusting dietary discrimination devils! You clearly had a trying morning yesterday. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Sherlock Holmes! Did you just Sherlock Holmes? It's English. Huh? I since found out he's a famous name in detection here in London. Yes, the great detective is really well known. And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding Batman, me, this week's stupid kitten of a man! I wonder what great deduction process led him to his conclusion this time. What do you mean to say? Mr. Shaw's deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable. The thing is, I was turning into a panic when they barged their way in. Of course you were. That's only natural. I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. Vintage foreign film flummery! Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Good point, but my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I kept repeating things like, yes I do, and I'm fine. The next thing I knew, I was in manacles. And before I knew it, I was running here. Oh dear, I'm afraid. That's hardly surprising. I'm fine. He's not fine now. Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire! You can just call me Naruhodo. And when we're speaking English, a simple mister is more than enough. Yes, alright. Yes, it really got to me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them that what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Well, do we really believe this guy? I mean, we've been having some iffy cases recently. but I think we can do it. Why the heck not? Why? Why? Why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. Huh? A student? I have defended a case in the Old Bailey. Only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. Oh, Naruhodo-san. I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm sort of a locum lawyer, I suppose. But the armband! That's the mark of a defense lawyer from a great empire! It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. Okay. This nose thing is going to be a problem. I'll be right back again. And yes, I know it's kind of a sad moment, but I'm gonna have to stop here for a brief minute. But I'll be right back. Okay, I'll just try to make sure that I can finish this 2-hour rump. Alright. A keepsake. I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, what do you mean? The lawyers. All the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me. Goodness, why? Why did you say that? For the same reason as you noted before, when it happened. There was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. It must be very hard for you, Sasaki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them. No, someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing at me before, within an earshot, without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said. And of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. That's awful. They're wrong! They studied more English than half of the policemen out there in the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about this people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They'll hate me. So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see that what you've been through. Sasaki-san, it's just that. Come on, Ryunosuke, don't be a butt. We can do this. I believe in you. Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can, for the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, you will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh yes, yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for. Well, I don't think there's anything else to do here anymore. So let's just... I guess we're going back to Pryor Road. Maybe we can actually do some actual investigating this time. Let's see. Oh! And there you are. What's the Japanese delegation doing here? Huh, Inspector Gregson. Yeah, that has to sound like another song. Like another song from the SRTN series. Okay, this is gonna kill me if I keep going. I can't believe this is how it's gonna end. This is another tourist trail, as I'm very sure you're well aware. Yes, of course. We're here to investigate. So you've been to the holding cells then? What do you make of the criminal? He's not a criminal, as you put, Inspector. He's a suspect. I'll see about that. You happens like to stick together, I suppose. Well, do what you will. It doesn't bother me. The blocks in the court until tomorrow, whatever happens. And the verdict's a foregone conclusion. The stone cold air of rejection. Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone cold air. That makes it worse somehow. Alright, so can we actually... Okay, Inspector, we couldn't do this before, so we need to do it now. What do you think of my R-pen? Inspector Gregson, could I show you this? Am I supposed to know what that is? Never seen that in Singapore before. It's worn by defense lawyers in the Empire of Japan as a symbol of their profession. In other words, it's a worthless trinket here in Great Britain. No, it's very important to me. It's just my spirit. An English gentleman keep things like his spirit very much to himself, I'll have you know. Don't give up, Mr. Naruhodo. It's too late. He's crushed my spirit already. Alright, so let's converse with him, see if we can get something from him. Sorry. Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in the Victims of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place. The Yard is the most sophisticated police and organization you'll find anywhere in the world, man. And you know, if I was dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet. It does make them look the part, seeing that policeman there with his helmet on. You certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense from his duty protecting, paying his duty protecting the city. Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful? Being a London Bobby is hard going, I can tell you. Oh really? First thing in the morning. You know what he does? Goes round and rouses the laborers in his pit so they can get off to work. What? He wakes people up? Yep, rousing the windows with a long pole. Did it myself, going back a bit. I had no idea. The Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 50 miles a day. That's the regulation distance. I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. Did you say miles? Let me see. 20 miles, that's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far. And when it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps. Oh my! And I suppose in between all those duties, Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well. And chase after criminals trying to evade the law. Not sure you could call it in between exactly. More alongside, but yes. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. Without being killing over from time to time, I mean. I always dream of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart. I shall have to relinquish a dream to you, Mr. Naruhodo. What? You're like, yeah, you do this. You do the bad stuff. Your heavy heart will be my heavy head if you do. Oh boy. Let's talk about the case. Here we go. Sorry. It happened around 5 in the evening 2 days ago. Just here in the open bit of pavement. The victim, a young man, was stabbed with a blade from behind. Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned she's been treated in the hospital. I never said she was a lady. Truth is, unless she comes transfer smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all. Suppose that means you haven't been able to take a statement from her, I suppose. Here's a map of the local area, happened to tell me. You can take it if you want. Really? Are you sure? It's our policy to give lawyers defending suspects the odd bit of information to go on. I haven't actually accepted you yet, but still. Thank you, Spectre. We gratefully accept. So we got a local map, street map of the local area showing where the victim was found. Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else in the scene other than the victim and your fellow countryman. So who did it, do you think? Not much of a dress crasher, is it? Well, I know Mr. Nestor is also claiming not to have seen anyone around, but just because he didn't see anyone, it doesn't mean we can't be sure that nobody else was present. I'm sorry to have to tell you, we most certainly can be sure. How? Because, ma'am, the precise moment that Seven didn't go unnoticed. What? We have 2 very reliable witnesses, no less. It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see him. They were witnesses now. Alright. Is there no way we can talk to the witnesses, though? So who are these witnesses, Inspector? I found out his wife, and the man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. He's a copper from Scotland Yard. A policeman? That might change things. Sorry, got some paper towels on the side because my gosh, my nose is just too much. Give me a second. Yeah, my nose is just too much. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this nose. I also think I'm gonna keep him in animation all this time because I can. But yeah, 2 witnesses, a policeman and his wife. This policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked? Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a booby. Catching them bang at the act and all that. Do you think it might be possible for us to ask the policeman a few questions? Be my guest. You're gonna ask me what you like. In court tomorrow. Oh, you know, I have no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. So, I'll give you something to look forward to. Alright then, it's got no intention of letting us in the man beforehand, it seems. Policeman witnessed the incident. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that this could make your job very difficult indeed. Yes, as a non-judicial assistant, I would have warned me of that too. Oh, yes, one more thing, Inspector. What? The person who led you to the suspect. I heard it was Mr. Sherlock Holmes. What are you bringing him off for? Was there something I said? The color has drained from his cheeks. Oh my gosh. Okay, before that we need to talk about tomorrow's trials. What's the deal with tomorrow's trial? Twitch, Japanese blood goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not? Well... Makes no difference to me. But I will just say this. No longer liar worth his salt could touch it with a barge pole. Because the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean? There's no way to set the man now. This is a waste of time. It's all a bit strange though. Sorry? The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now. Yes, I did hear something to that effect. And the only people he usually bothers with are the wheels to come. The master criminals, the violent ones. Master criminals? The violent ones? That's right. He handpicks his victims. Only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins. But Mr. Nesmith wouldn't make for what he's accused of, surely. That's just my point, Sir Chang. Yes, the young woman has stabbed, but it didn't kill her. Couldn't have said anything was there. So isn't it sort of a case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sing his death into? For want of a better phrase. Well, it's not exactly minor in fashion, is it? No. There's gotta be more to it. Some reason is taking an interest. Really? What sort of reason, Inspector? You think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? Lord of Darkness. You have to ask yourself at tomorrow's trial. Are you really gonna have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as you put it. Anyway, can we talk about Sholmes? Because this is gonna be a very, very critical part of this thing. Who did you hear that name from? It was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. I shared the results of it was a result of one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions. Fiddle faddle! The man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere. I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime and wanders around spawning incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he comes to have solved the case. Yes, he's quite astounding, isn't he? He's a great scholar janitor, isn't he? Gibble gobble! Ever seen this before? Yes, that's Rand's magazine. The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Sherlock Holmes appears. As well, that wonderful publication to be quoted. Says fit to include several of the yards of detectives and stories. The so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. You can ask anyone they are. It's a misadventure to be included in any Sherlock Holmes tale at all. Well, suppose there's an element of that. We're Krasoptops, every one of us, only to be trumped by the public thanks of that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous as a sculling yard as he is to our criminals. That can really be true. You can't, Inspector. Clearly the detective and the police have a complex relationship. Well, I don't think we're gonna get any more useful information on the detective. Yes. Can I make a suggestion? Yes, what is it? Well, it seems to me that we must speak to him about this. Him? Do you mean for Sholmes? Yes, Sherlock Holmes. Exactly. Yeah, those shining eyes, you can't wait, can you? Well, is it nice? Did blame Mr. Sholmes for all this, did he? Yes, he did. He really did. which makes it fall part in the case. Are you gonna Are you just gonna know that? I have not. I assure you, this is not simply my selfish desire to meet Mr. Sholmes again. Well, this. Are we? I'm sorry. It's Baker Street. And then Miss Dresses, so how do you know that? It's in the stories, of course. But I don't want to be Baker Street, the most famous address in the world. I see. Okay, we better try and find our way there before Susan gets any more excited and predictable. Hurrah! I'll summon a carriage! So we're to have a reunion already with the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay, here's the reality of everything that's going on right now. I'm falling asleep. Like, as I'm talking, I'm bobbing my head left and right and trying my hardest to keep my eyes open. I had a rough night. Self-induced, probably. But either way, I'm suffering the consequences of my own actions. I could go on, but I would be extremely lethargic, I think, and potentially half asleep. I think, unfortunately, this stream is gonna be an hour long. I wanted to go for 2 hours, but it's my body's just telling me no, you can't go anymore. So, what do we learn in this case? We know that our defendant is Japanese, and Sherlock Holmes seems to have made him the accused because reasons, and we need to figure out what those reasons are. So we need to find out who is the new we need to figure out where Sherlock Holmes is, and we need to talk to him. That's all we gotta do, and we'll do that in the next stream because I am fast falling asleep and I need to do stuff. The thing is, I need to do stuff and I'm falling asleep, so this is not gonna be a fun time for me right now. So this is yeah, thank you for coming in, thank you for watching my stream or the VODs. You know, I'm thankful either way. My name is Cobra, thank you, and have a wonderful, safe day, and see you soon. Oh, and before I finish the stream, I will not be streaming for the next 5 days, so I'll come back next Saturday for more Ace Attorney. Hopefully, streaming for more than an hour. Alright, see you later. Bye!